Boom. That is I gotta fix that intro. Welcome. Hey. Tuesday with Todd with your host, Todd. Yo. First up, how's the sound? That's what we gotta play the game. How is the sound, my friends? So you let me know that, and then we'll talk about some stuff. Talk about what's been going on, where we're going, what's been new, because it feels like forever since I've seen you guys. Like it has been. It has been forever. So remember, like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Because tonight we're going to talk about web stores. It's an important part of our business as apparel decorators because it's super simple to do once you understand the thought process behind it. The other thing too is that it's just not for spirit wear, right? You can set them up for corporate stores, for fundraisers. There's so many more uses for them, and we are in the process of looking for a new one. And we'll talk about what we're using now, why it doesn't, what is great about it, what excuse me, what isn't great about it. So we're going to talk about all of those things. The ones that we talk that we're going. Let me start over without stumbling over my words, because the ones that we're going to talk about tonight are ones that we've looked at. We've looked at a little bit. There's some that we have no knowledge on, and so that's where we're relying on you guys. If you are using any of these services, please tell us about them in the comments. So the ones that we're looking at are Equid. That's one we're currently doing, so I can tell you all about that fun stuff. And then we have Printavo, and then we have Inksoft, and then we have the Stalls Spirit Sale, and then we have Shopify, and then we have Chipley, and then we have Order My Gear. And then somebody else just reminded me about Deco Network as well. I hadn't looked into that one, so I'm not 100% sure how that one even compares because I haven't looked at it. So I'm going to need your assistance on this. You're going to help us make this a huge show tonight because some of these ones I have never touched. I just know a little bit about. So you're going to tell me ones that you use and what you like about them, what you don't like about them. I think they're, I'm going to go over what I found, different things about it and kind of where we're looking at going with it and seeing how it all plays out there. So it is going to be, it's going to be a great show. I cannot wait to learn. So let me know when you get in here, where you're from, how's the weather in your area. It is rainy and cold and damp here. Rain is the stop. I think it's in the 50s. It's at high 50s, low 40s. October is here for me. So, I'm just standing here. We have been nonstop printing the last 2 days on rush jobs alone. So there has been some orders that we've snuck in there for people, but a lot of what we've been printing the last 2 days has been nothing but rush jobs. So with that being said, make sure to check your emails because anytime there's an issue with your order, we always email on it. The other thing, too, that's where your tracking information gets sent. We use Pirate Ship. And with that, once we create everything, it does send you an email with tracking information in there. So make sure to check your emails for that. All right, let's check in and see how some people are doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening. Yeah, because I've been so morning mindset, I've been killing that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So you can join us there. Remember, like, subscribe, share, then you'll know when we go live. But it's been a while since we did this. So Jose, thanks for joining us. Hello to you. Curtis, hello from Kansas. Renee, howdy from rainy, damp Chicagoland. Yeah, just looking over the Impressions Expo class schedule. For Long Beach? Is that what you're looking at? Are you thinking another trip out there? Because I'm thinking another trip out there. I got to look and see when Corey's headed out of the country again. Imagine that, right? And I got to see where that falls in with that trip because I would like to head out there. If you, Facebook user, hey, listen, StreamYard and Facebook don't always play nice together. So the way to make sure that, I guess I got to edit this to make sure that it shows here because that looks really weird. The way that we know that it is you, that we can see it, is if you just head over to our YouTube channel. If you just head over to fatdadlive.com, guess what? That'll get you right over to our YouTube channel. Then while you're there, like, subscribe, and then we will be able to see who you are. Until then, F you, because that stands for Facebook user. Right now, the sound sounds good, so we're good. Okay, Darren, you're going to be my guy on this. I've been using Stall's Spirit Sale and used it for my Highland Games event. Awesome. So I'm going to look for you to answer questions on it. Eric, Pacific North wet up there. Yes, 51 and rain in the lower coast of BC. All right. Ooh, and Linda's another one. She's gonna help us out on the spirit sale side of things. And FU Facebook user is also a spirit sale user. So yes, and Linda, rock on right there. I have about 17 spirit stores now. Love hearing that. Now, Linda, since you have 17 of them, since we know this, what are you? Is there limitations on the amount of stores that you can have? I want to say it was like 500, but I don't remember. I'm looking more into it. And another Facebook user, remember, head over to Fat Dad Live. Then we will be able to see who you are. But Inksoft user and in the showers. Hopefully you're not in the shower while I do this. It means rain showers. Oh, Marvin, that just seems horrible. 80 in Florida. Man, that sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. And Denisha, good evening to you as well. And Facebook user. Spirit Style, however, I was a beta user for the first launch. It's come a long way. Now, I was too, because that was right at the beginning of 2020, right? And that's when everything went to hell, and we lost a lot of our business and a lot of our sales. So we tried it out there for those 90 days. It went through, and we weren't selling anything. So we were cutting the fat on everything, and we got rid of all of that. So now that we're picking things back up, now we're opening up the new storefront. We need to fix the back end of some stuff, and that's why we are looking for it today. And you're in Florida, very nice. Long Beach, yes, Long Beach. I think that might be. Yep, you pay a yearly fee and keep adding, and that's what I seen. So we're going to go through all the ones, and I'm going to post up links. I'm going to do that. So first and foremost, let's see. I should be able to do a share screen, and then I can bring up and I can do the Chrome tabs. And yeah. I should be able to do all this, shouldn't I? Yeah. Because I got to do it on this one. Because otherwise that'll take you to one of our stores. So yeah, we're setting this all up, and then it is going to be Sweet Baby Ray's. That's what it's going to be. Sweet Baby Ray's. Rhode Island. Ooh, Rhode Island. How big is Rhode Island? Rhode Island's little, right? Like the size of my county, if I remember right. I have used most of them. I use Team Uniform, or there's another one that I haven't. That's another one that I haven't used. Now, Becky, Team Uniform orders. I'm putting that on the list here. Tell me about Team Uniform orders. What is the is there a setup fee with it? Is there a monthly fee on it? A percentage based? What does it do or not do that you love? Because you said it has the most robust back end of them all, and I need to know what that means to you. And Linda says she uses it for fundraising for schools and sports teams. I photograph, and that's a lot where we'd use it. Fundraising, school, spirit wear, our softball teams, baseball teams, any of our team sports, we're able to have that. Our different school fundraisers, so a lot of little stuff right there. Tanya, hello to you. Hopefully you're doing well. I know we have a big day coming up. I know surgery's coming up, so we're all cheering for you. We know you got this and cannot wait to see you on the other side of that. So in the meantime, guess what? Get to designing, because Thursday's a design drop, and I haven't seen you drop anything for a while. So just saying. Looks like this is going to be a two-part. No, it's not going to be a two-part. No, it's not. All right. It's percentage based, no upfront cost. And for the first 50,000, it's 5%. So let's do the math on that. 50,000, 5%. So 50,000 times 0.05, $2,500. $2,500. $2,500 seems a little rich for me. I don't know about that one. The reason being is when you look at some of the other ones, like Chipley is one we're going to look at. That one's got $1,000 onboarding, but it's a 3%. Order My Gear has an $18.99 onboarding, but it's a 3.95%. So when you look at those, when you start doing a bunch of stuff, that's where it comes back to get you. You may not seem like a lot. Like when we get into our Printavos, it's $300 a month. Inksoft, $400 a month. Stalls, $600 for the year. Shopify can be what you want it to be, and Equid can be what it wants you to do. Chipley, yes, you were one that went from Inksoft to Chipley, correct, Tanya? So let me know. Let me know how that has worked for you, because Chipley is kind of where I was leaning towards, but when I look at volume of things, if you're doing if you're doing $10,000 a month in sales from Chipley, and it's 3%, that's $300. So if you're doing $10,000 in Spiritware or in any of those sales, that's $300 there. So now you're in right where Inksoft was, Printavo was. You're right there with those. So that's where my stuff isn't any of those percentage based ones, because I think you're going to spend more than what you would at one of the other ones, and I'm not sure what else is included in there with that. So I say let's start, and we're going to try and not keep it crazy, but we're maybe it will have to be a two-parter, and which is fine, because hey, we've got that. We're building out the store. We've got stuff to move in, halfway moved in there. Embroidery is set up. Some of the wide format printing is set up. So those are operational right now. We're now starting. There's some painting that needs to be done. Front room needs to be set up. Stove is working just fine. But we're little by little, we're getting there, and we're planning soft opening next week. So it is going to be, that's what it's going to be, folks. It's going to be. All right. So I'm going to share a tab. I got to find the Equid control panel. Where are you at? Right there. All right. So Equid. So let's go to Equid first here. Now, Equid is what we use to run our website with. Now, Equid, the thing I love about this is Equid, you can get started for as little as $0. So you can get started for free. You can set up a store with 10 products. And products is being generous because our 10 is being generous with that, because you can say you have 5 designs and there's 10 products. You put it on there, that's 50, right? So there's a little workaround of it. Now, free. So there's not a lot on the back end of it. And you can find all of these descriptions or all of these links in the description on the YouTube video. So you can find the links for Equid, Printavo, Inksoft, Stalls, Shopify, Chipley, and Order My Gear all through there. So you start it free on Equid, and then it goes up from there. You have, if we get over here in the pricing tab for it, you can see where you're at for it. You've got free forever, so $10 there. But if you really want to get into it, you need to get into the venture, the business, or the unlimited one. Why is that? Because it's of what it allows you to do. There's more robust back end on these. If you want to offer any type of coupons, you need to be in a paid one. There are limits on the product numbers. I believe in the venture program, it's only 100. I think in business, it's 1,000. And when you're in the unlimited one, I believe it's unlimited there with it. But you can set up different things. There's different pricing groups that you can do, create orders. There is a lot of different things that you can do with it. This will tie into your social media channels. So if you want to tie into TikTok, or you want to tie into Facebook or Instagram, you can tie in your Equid to those. Now, Equid is just an e-commerce platform. So it's not a website. You're not, in the traditional sense of one. You're not having a blog. You're not having all of this other stuff to it. They are limited on the apps that can be used. And that's one of the reasons that we're looking at swinging away from Equid. Because a lot of the stuff that we do is sold on, by a square area. So when somebody orders a banner, when somebody, orders wide format printing, it's based on square footage. So right now we have to have them request a quote for it, and then we have to send them an invoice, and it can get cumbersome with it. The other thing too is anything with rush fees. So we have to send an invoice for that. We just can't have the auto rush fee on there where it's, hey, it's 10% of the order for this. It's, next day shipping, upgrade to this. Reason being is because Equid, they don't have those features built in. Now they will build it out for you, but everything has a cost for it. And then when we start looking at, $5,000-$6,000 for them to build out apps for us that other people they're going to turn around and sell, and other people are going to use, I'm on the fence about it. And that's why if we can look at some other options, then that's what we're going to do. So on this, the other thing, one setting up for an Equid is if you want to set up multiple stores, you have 2 options. So if you're in a business plan, unlimited plan, and you have the room for it, you can create a section for each one of those. That way you can access everything from your dashboard. Or what you can do is set up each store as its individual account. That's where it gets cumbersome at. When we have 10, 12 stores open at a time, I've got 10 or 12 emails that I have to log into to get the information. Now I can forward all those emails to my mains when new orders and that come through. I can be alerted, but it's just not an easy back end to do. You got to log in, log out, log in, log out, log in, log out. So it can be cumbersome with that, and it can just be a chore with it. So if you're looking to get started for free, this is a good option. You kind of test things out. Even on your website, if you want to get started for free, 10 products or less, Equid is a great starter for it. So that's what we've built our business off of, and we're just getting to the point where we've reached the limitations and outgrown what it needs to, and so we're looking at other things. So with that, what are some of the other things that we're looking at? As far as standalone website, Shopify. So we're going to bring up Shopify and show you what that has to offer for us, because it does have, it does have its things too. So when we get into a Shopify, let's see, I need to find, what do I need to find here, folks? I need to find my other screen, and I'm going to move that over here so then I can now see where it is. Okay, so on Shopify here, you've got a couple options to set up for stores. So you've got, there's no contracts with these. So you can set up, your basic store, which is $29. You can set up for, the next level at $79 or advanced at $299. So depending on what is going to feel and work best for you. Now, all the features on it, online store, sales channels, point of sale, they have it. We want to compare the plans and features to it. So your basic plan, $29, your Shopify, $79 here. So let's look at what we have here. All of them offer an online store. All of them offer unlimited products. Now, what does this mean? So if you wanted to set your one store and have all of your teams in one location, you'd be able to do that. You can set that up there. Each one would be its own category. You can run through, set them up that way, because there are unlimited products on it. 2 staff accounts, so 2 people can sign in, 24/7 support, sales channels, inventory, manual order creation. So if you need to enter something manually, discount codes are offered in on all of this. Remember, in Equid, does not till you get to the free one, or not till you get to the paid ones. So same thing here. Discount codes start at $29 here. Abandoned cart recovery. So this automatically sends emails to customers who leave without completing their checkouts. In Equid, that is possible, but it is an app that you have to do for it. Reports. So there's basic standard reports in here. Third-party calculating. Hey, when your own third-party apps at checkout. So this is something that I'd have to look and see. I thought with Shopify that you could still sync up with Pirate Ship, ShipStation, things like that. So I believe that to still be true on it. When it comes through here, marketing automation, so same things with it. You're able to get in there and engage with the customer at every stage of their journey. Perfect here. So this is where we look at where differences start to happen. Shipping labels. So you can get shipping straight from Shopify. Now we use Pirate Ship. That's who we use. I just completely drew a blank. Those ones are, and with that offers USPS and then UPS for that there. So there looks to be a difference to go between the 2 programs, that side and what's offered here. When it comes down to payments, so all 3 have payments, online processing on it for it. So 2.9 plus 30 cents, which is about standard. Your 2.6, 2.4. So it depends on which level you're at. So, not crazy fees on it, but there is 2.9 and 30. Now through Equid, we have that tied to our Square. So that is able to accept payments there. We have Equid tied to our Square and to PayPal. So Shopify, I'm not 100% sure if you can select multiple payments coming in. So if you're a Shopify user, let me know. Are you only able to accept payments through Shopify payments, or are there other options for it? Now it looks like there is point of sales options there. And if you wanted a POS system, $89 a month on that. International commerce, looks like you're all good there. So when it comes down to the nuts and bolts of it, really, there's not a lot of big differences between the 29 and the 79. So you could set up a team store dedicated to them, $29. Most of those are only open, 3 to 5 weeks, maybe. I like 2 to 3 weeks. Some people go longer, but you could turn on the store since there's no monthly commitment, $30 for the store, build it out, have it go to the domain. You're set, ready to go for it. And it has it standalone, or you put everything under your own. So that's what you can do with Shopify on there. So I think Shopify is where we're looking at for our e-commerce solution as a business as a whole. But I'm still looking at other avenues as to what we can do, especially on the team side of things, because Shopify is a good website builder. It'll allow us to have the blog. It'll allow us to have everything in there. So there's a lot of great things that it can do in there for Shopify. Next up, let's go. Let's see. I need to make this a little bit smaller so I can see over to this screen, because we need to stop that screen share, and then we need to bring on the next one. So for the next one that we're going to talk about, so we did Shopify, we have done Ecwid. So let's go to, let's see, which one are we going to go to? Which one is going to be the first one that pops up here when we go to Chrome tab? So Inksoft, let's go Inksoft. Now, Inksoft has had some trouble in the last year. Inksoft Printavo, they've had an uprising, and the reason being is because they've raised their prices on it. Now, with that being said, when it comes to what the value is that you're getting it, I don't feel that it's a bad value. I still think it's a good value for what Inksoft is, what they offer for it. And for those that let me know what you're running and what how many stores you're able to do. If you're on Inksoft, let me know. Hey, how's it working for you? Because Inksoft, you're going to spend $300 a month. It looks like there's two options: $300, $400 a month. Right now, their one-time software license looks like it's typically $2,000. But hey, guess what? Limited time offer is $0. So $0 on that. Now on the $299 Inksoft level, you are going to have 100 online stores as your limit, but unlimited art approvals, quotes, invoicing, sales presentations, online designer. Then you get designs, clip art. So this is part of the graphics flow system, which is a pretty legit thing in itself right there. 4,000 vector design, 16,000 vector clip art graphics. If you want to do it looks like signage, then you need to bump up to the next level of the $400 a month one. Now, where I believe Inksoft, where your Inksoft, your Printavo, your Stalls, and your Chipley, and your Order My Gear, where those will all be better for us as decorators, that is on that back end, because, hey, that's what they're doing as apparel. So it's going to have a lot more for what we need on that side of things. So with this, order manager, production, production, job manager, purchasing, receiving manager. So there's a lot of different tools that are in here for you to use. The other thing is, all of your sales and support. Now, I know some people that have awesome Inksoft support, and I know other people that their support is horrible. So I think it's a plus and minus with it. Some are great, some are bad, but overall, especially people that have this figured in their pricing, what they're spending per month for an Inksoft, it's working out really well for them. They have it built on their business. It does a lot of things. It allows you to build stores fast and efficient. I know people that can get stores done within 10, 15 minutes. I think about the average is about 2-3 hours from what I've talked with people. And they said, because you're changing out different colors and logos and things like that. So it can, do that. But you can get in there. You can create a lot of stores quickly, and, up to 100 and that. But you are going to spend $300 a month for it. Let's check in and see what we got here. So this, I'm assuming, is going to be Dean. Dean, hello, my friend. Good to hear from you. And because somebody asked, Dean, how many stores are you running at a time? And Dean says about around 100 stores. Right now, Inksoft is now unlimited stores for $299. So there you go, right from the horse's mouth. You like that, Dean? Dean does a lot of horse stores, so that's where it is. He's got, here it is. He has Inksoft. Expensive. Stores need to make money for it to be worth it. I'm researching other options. However, there aren't many that do what Inksoft does. Wish their integration was more fluid. Huge issues with the inventory integration and their fancy reports and such for a small shop is a waste for us. But I'm sure large shops love the workflow. That's great to know. That's great to know. Thank you so much for that. So this is Inksoft, right? Now, they said it's built for a business by our business. There's a Inksoft has a great team behind them, and a lot of people use them. So there's a lot of users that you can reach out to, talk to on how to set things up, how what's working for them, what's not working for them. So there's a good community there for Inksoft. Now, on the other side of Inksoft is going to be Printavo. And so here's the thing: Inksoft and Printavo were both bought out this year, and they were bought out by the same company. So could there be a merger in the making? Maybe, but from everything that we've said, it said that they were going to keep them separate. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But Printavo is another one here to look at. Now, with Printavo, as you can see here on the screen, Printavo, ooh, what did that go? Did that just go away on me? There it is. All right, no, it did not go away. So Printavo, you're looking at two options for Printavo. Free 7-day trial, no credit card required. So you can try it free. They have a $99 a month version and a $199 a month version. Now, where does what's the difference between it? So automations become more efficient. Use automations for repetitive tasks like requesting payments, approvals, create a group of tasks that customers know about their orders, will be shipped ready for picked up, yada, 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 yada. So Printavo on the $99 a month one allows for 5 automations, and the $199 allows for 15. Both will offer order tracking, both have a mobile app, both have tasks, both have sales report. Now, when it comes to shipping, this is where it's at. Shipping, $199. That's where it needs to get to you. Customer messaging. So keep track of emails about an order all in one place. So you're able to do that. And that's in both the 99 and the 100. Now, quotes and invoices you can create per month. So here's the thing. You can only create 20 on the $100 a month one. That's it. That's quotes and invoices, only 20. So if you're doing more than 20, you need to bump up to this unlimited. So you need to bump from the 99 to the 199, because right here, quotes 20. 20 is not the greatest. So that's the thing. Have an unlimited right there. Users 2 and 5. Sales pipelines, both of them are going to get it. The sales pipeline, the artwork, so you can request approvals on jobs, keep orders moving forward. Product catalogs, so you can use the Alpha, the S and the S, and the Sandmar catalogs, or upload your own. So that's awesome. They also have the mock-up creators, so you're able to have those. You're not trying to do those yourself on it. Now, here is where I am confused at, and hopefully somebody, and Facebook user, who are you, Facebook user? Because as you say, Dean and I use Dean. So who is this? Because I only use the stores. I use Printavo for quotes and invoicing. So you're using two things, Printavo and Inksoft, both of them. Let me know. So here we go, and let me know who you are, so that way I can do that. Better yet, just head over to our YouTube channel, and then I can see who it is, so it's not Facebook user. If you head over to StreamYard and give them permission, then hey, guess what? We'll be able to see who you are. So if somebody's using Printavo, I need to know what this is, because it says create and run online stores with one click for group orders, teams, schools, and more. So to me, that means I'm going to spend another $99 a month for that. So now I went from $199, and now I'm going to be at $298. So I'm at $300 a month for that. I believe that is how I'm reading that correctly. So active stores running, fundraising, set up fundraising amount on each product to help them raise money, shipping and pickup options, product personalization, fulfillment management. So right there, that's worth the extra $100. But now you're at that $300 a month, right? You're right there within the Inksoft realm. Now you're also able to QuickBooks, it integrates with QuickBooks, and it looks like you have your dedicated Success Manager email support in there. Excuse me. Let me take a drink and see what we got. Okay. So, any questions so far? Hey, what's up, Chuck? Thanks for joining us. Yes, better late than never. That is it. So far, we've went through Equid, we have went through Shopify, we have went through Inksoft, we have went through Printavo. So we're rolling quickly through these, and these are just options, ones that I've seen that we are exploring more. What are different things that we can do with it? What where we're at with it. I want to see where everybody else is at with it. I want to know, man. I want to know all the information. So we're gonna stop that screen. I'm gonna move this so that way I can maybe do this a little faster and easier because we're on that other screen. There it is, and we're gonna share the screen. And now, let's see. What do we have next? What do we have next? Next. We have order my gear. Excuse me. Ooh, I don't even know where that came from. Little cough is coming out of there. Okay, so order my gear. Now, I felt that order my gear, when I talked to them years ago, was super cashy for what it was when I started doing math on stuff. And some people have it and they've got grandfathered in because of what they were, where they were at with it. So they have a lot less outcome or outgoing expense because they didn't have to pay that hefty upfront fee. And they didn't, what was the other one they had? They didn't have that one. Oh, and their fees were less too. So I think some had like a flat rate, and that's what it is. So on when we get over here to order my gear, so you can have unlimited users, right? You can have unlimited stores and unlimited support. So hey, they're unlimited. But here's what we're looking at for it, right? You're gonna spend $1,900 for one time. This is the setup fee for it, $1,900. So do the math on that. What's that's going to cost you out for? The other thing, 3.95. So that's based on customer cart total. So if a customer has $100 in their cart, $3.95 is going to order my gear. So just think about that. When you get up to $10,000 in sales a month, you're spending $395 a month in fees to order my gear, plus your initial setup fee. So that's where those percentages can get you. If you're doing $10,000, a month, and the reason I say that is because $395, that's about what your Printavo is, your Inksoft is. So that's where those are. So 3.9, that is kind of a big number there. But they will give you cash back. If you spend, $250,000 to $499,000, you get 10% cash back on your fees. So think that's something there. The other thing is they have advanced branding, so you're able to create that high and full branded experience, but it is $49 a month for that. Storefront experience, you can add that extra layer of security and personalization to your storefronts, and this is free for a limited time. So that's not a horrible thing. Let's pull under features, right? And see if it does it give me all the stuff there. No, of course not. We just got to keep scrolling down. So it looks like that's pretty much it. Order my gear. They said it's definitely on the radar, but it's not like this right here. This right here is why I am not on board with order my gear. A $1,900 setup fee and 3.95%, because it's cashy. That's cashy for it. So order my gear. Quick rundown. Order my gear. Let's check in and see. Let me close this and check in and see what we got there. Let's see. Oh, Sarah's got this. Sarah loves her Inksoft. It does everything and then some. It's a very beefy system. Now, Sarah, tell us more about what you use Inksoft for, and what do you mean by this very beefy system? What do you use it, and how does it benefit you? Have you looked at other things? Where has it filled in that? Becky, good point. They'll reduce the setup fee if you balk at the price. I would totally balk at that price. I'm not, like it's $2,000. like $2,000. Because here's the, especially if you're doing online, a lot of online stuff, and you don't have a physical location, the amount of these fees that you're going to pay, that's like your rent, right? If you had a physical location. So think of it that way. This is what I'm spending every month to have this service. And so, you got to be cost conscious on that. If you're not producing, you're not getting it back there. Uh, let's see. When he said, if I had not paid the setup fee years ago and have the program down, I would go a different direction. And that's the other thing too. When you look at what you have, and is it worth it to go somewhere else? Now, see, that's where we're at. We've used Equid. It's done us very well, but we're outgrowing the limitations of it. So now we've met those. How can we get around it? We've got to look at other things for it. Otherwise, if that would meet our needs, we wouldn't go anywhere because we know how it works. It works everything down for it. We have the program down. But, sometimes, you're kind of stuck in that because you've been in it, long enough where you're like, hey, it's easier to know what I'm dealing with than to go with something else and not have that. Now, what is the InkSoft startup fee now? Well, let's go back and look. We're going to stop that. We will grab that again. We will go back and we will see what the InkSoft pricing is right now. Let's see. InkSoft right now, one-time licensing fee is $19.99, but right now they're waiving that. So $2,000 setup fee, they're waiving that. Now that makes me seem a lot more happy. Still $400 a month if we want it to get everything we need to do. You're going to spend $300 to $400 a month, but you can get that. You can get that waived right now if you sign up for it. So that's where it is right there. Yeah, fourth quarter is not the time for that kind of change for us. I know. I'm right there where that's why I'm taking fourth quarter to learn more, so I can be ready to go with first quarter next year, start everything fresh. But that's the thing is I need to see what's out there, what's going on with it, what we can do, and if I got to make a commitment now and be able to set myself up for success in the first quarter, that's what we're going to do, because Equid can do what I need it to do. And I will get my way through it while I figure out what is the best for us. And that way we'll be able to go from there. So yeah. All right. So let's see. What's next? So we did that. Order my gear. Let's go to the stalls one next, which stalls is pretty legit. So if you're a stalls user, this is your time to shine. And tell me more about stalls, the back end of it, especially what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Where it's came from, what is it good for, all of that fun stuff. Let's see, where is it? There it is, e-commerce solutions, spirit sale. Okay, there it is. Now we're good. And while we're on the comment of it, Sarah says that she does tons of school stores, invoicing, pricing matrices, production, scheduling, inventory, CRM, and then some. It takes the place of every platform that you use. So in summarization of that, it is a one-stop shop for her. She uses it for a website. She uses it for everything to run her business with. So that's what InkSoft does for her. $300 to $400 a month. It can do the same thing for you. InkSoft lowers their setup fees, are way lower around trade shows too. Well, right now there's no setup fee on InkSoft, so hey, I think that's great for it. Late but here, Angela, thanks for tuning in. What great research for all of us. Thank you. Very welcome. And that's the thing is, there's so much in this where we don't know. We only know what we know and what we can read. We'll dive into something and find out, does it work or not work, and then you move on from there. If we can talk with other people who are using it, find out what they like about it, what they don't like about it, we all are better off that way. Like here, Darren, this is what I'm drawn to the spirit sale for. It's a yearly fee, unlimited stores, no percentages, right? So I mean, how bad's that? I mean, when you look at it, let me go ahead and let me get in here and bring it up so I can see it. So you can schedule a demo with them. We go through this, excuse me, and look at it. Easily personalized storefronts for every customer. So, hey, each one has its own, right? Sweet right there. Seamlessly integrate popular catalogs. So that means you can go with Sanmar, SNS, Alpha Broder, import all of their information. So it integrates perfectly with that, which is pretty sweet. There's no hidden fees or monthly charges. So it's a one-time annual price, no hidden fees. So unlike their competitors, yes, there's these setup fees, there's these percentage fees based on what you're doing. This is not a bad thing, right? And when I look at like the pictures of how this is set up, this looks very Equid based to me. Like when I look at how this is, it wouldn't be surprised if this is a white labeled Equid, and that's what they did, because the way that a lot of these drop downs are and they work, it just seems like it for me. What I don't know on there is how they're processing as far as payments and how their shipping works, because right here, so we track orders, payments, and production. It allows us to track the sales from start to finish all in one place, track every order in detail from full payment, from payment, from payment to fulfillment to invoicing to shipping notices. So we can streamline ordering processes, give them more production time, which will generate more revenue for a business, which is true. Labor is our highest expense in a business. So when we have to spend that time doing things that can be automated for us, yeah, automation saves us money. So Spirit sale management tools. So need to find the status of an order, cluttered spreadsheets. I mean, that looks pretty sweet up there. Personalize for every market with Spirit Sale. So here, when you look at some of the things that you can do with it, and that goes for Spirit stores in general, whether it's fundraising, corporate branding, event merchandising, benefits, this is where it is. And hey, devil's in the details. They're reiterating this fact that there is no hidden fees. You can create unlimited stores, design garments, generate profits, all with one flat rate. This is why I'm looking at Spirit Sale is kind of in the lead, because one, I look at it, it's $600, right? Because let's see, I think if we go to pricing, right? Let's go over to pricing, and it'll do its little thing about that. And while it's trying to do all that, yep, here it is. So $600 a year for it. There's no charge for store creations, transaction fees, no store limits, one simple annual fee. So $600. I've spent $600 on a lot worse things. And when you look at per month, let's do math on this, at $5.99 divided by 12, it's basically $50 a month. Okay. $49.92. So basically $50 a month for this. This would replace where we are on Equid, but we do invoicing and other stuff out of that. So we'd still have Equid or Square for those two things. But on the Spirit side of things, hey, doesn't take, but maybe a few, if even on the low end, a couple stores, and it pays for it for the year. So you're set with it. So $600 to me seems like a really, really good deal. Now, take Spirit Sale to the limit. To get the most out of it, training is essential. While the platform is intuitive and also powerful, for full in-depth use of Spirit Sale platform, take advantage of hands-on training sessions. So you can pay extra for training. Now, this is completely up to you. If you want to fumble your way through it and learn as you go and go through it, by all means, go the other way with it. But for $400, if you can get in there and get some hands-on training for it, it's going to save you time. And what do we all know? Time is money. So for us, it's $125 an hour. So if I can get in here and I can take some training, and I only need this training basically to save me 3.5 hours, and then it breaks even, and then after that I'm making money because I'm going things faster. $400 doesn't sound like a bad deal here. Now, with that, let's see if we can get into production tools so we can learn some more about what that is. And while that's going over there, what do we have going on here in the comments, and we can talk about. Let's see. Darren's working on stores. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Renee said, "Who was saying the other day that the quantities weren't always accurate?" I don't remember which platform it was. Chipley, and we're gonna talk about. Or no, it was Inksoft, I think, is what it was, because Chipley updates every day. Sarah said, "Oh, I forgot about the designer in Inksoft too. I don't use it, but I know people have great experience with it." And what the designer means is that. And tell me if I'm wrong, Sarah, or not, but it allows you to have the customer design stuff. Is that right? Is that what that designer is? Let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. And Darren did not do the 399 training, but he may do it. So turn up your shop with production management tools from here. So oversee production, avoid the headaches of disconnect systems. So it looks like, see, this looks very Equid based. And I think that's why I would fall right in easy with this, because it already looks like Equid to me. And I think it's just rebranded. I really, really do. But spend time efficiently, skip the mess, tighten up the production. See your orders, earnings, everything right here from reports. God, that is so Equid of them. So Equid of them. For heat printers, buy heat printers. And that's the other thing, hey, they know what we want, right? Keep production running smoothly. Management toolboxes. So production board, calendar, order tracking, inventory, revenue reports. What is this? I don't know. Is this, so does it look like we can just create our mock-ups inside there? Darren, let me know. Can you create your mock-ups right inside of the Spirit Sale, or do you have to import them there? Track everything, group everything, get organized, keep your warehouse in order. Yeah, I'm bad about that. And I need to get that nailed down to go with the other one. Let's see. Purchase and produce with confidence, connected systems, track inventory, go deep. Every order is given a QR code. So using the QR code scanner, know where the order is and what each piece of the production. Let us show you. So like I said, I think the Spirit Sale is where I'm looking at going and seeing how that one plays out. I think it could be it's a front runner. It's a front runner for sure. Chuck asked me, where did it go, Chuck? Where did you go? Do you have to use Stahl's products? Help me understand that, Chuck. Do you have to use Stahl's products? So do you have to use like their HTV and their things like that? I do not believe so. I do not believe so at all. Correct. You can set up garments from suppliers and add artwork or offer stock artwork and clip art for the customers design the garments. Okay, that's what I thought. And if you can select everything, great, because that's where sometimes those designers can get tripped up at. Because I've seen people with sublimation and they pick out a black shirt and they want this on it, and guess what? We can't do that in sublimation, so we've got to select a different print method. This would allow that opportunity to limit to what it is in there. There you go. From Darren, no, Chuck, you do not have to use Stahl's products. All right, Becky, I need the ability to have a corporate store where the manager puts in emails and individuals have their own accounts. Each employee receives $120 to spend every 6 months. Managers can check orders. That's good to know, because there's times that we've done that, and our workaround with it was that we gave them a coupon code that was worth X amount of dollars, and then they entered that in and it pulled off from the table, or pulled that off from the total. So that's good to know on that. And Becky, you use TUO, right? Team Uniform Orders, which I don't know much about. So that one is new to it on there. I used it to sell tickets for my Highland games as well as things that laser. Awesome. So that's good to know too, that you can put other things on there. So, for us, if we're doing cups, engraving, whatever, we can add other stuff on there. So that is awesome to know on that. And like I said, that price point on it is not too shabby. So let's go ahead, and we've got that. Let's round it out with Chipley. Like this, man, we're pretty damn close to time too, folks. Man, I'm pretty legit with this. Now, Chipley is a new kid on the block per se, compared to the other ones that are out there. So Chipley is built by they're out of Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin. I can't remember the name of the actual business that they ran, but they said they couldn't find things that worked for them, so they created their own. Now with Chipley, you do have an onboarding fee of $1,000. Now there are some places that you can get a code to get that cut in half, so be on the lookout for that. Chipley does have a 3% fee. Now, this is where I get confused, and hopefully somebody, because I said in the webinar, and I don't really think it answered the questions that I needed it to. The Chipley fee is 3% and only charged on product price plus the decoration price, not on fundraising, taxes, additional charges, optional personalization charges, etc. So what I don't know what that means is if I have a shirt that is $20, right? That is my purchase price of $20. But they can add personalization for say $5. But I'm also going to give $5 of that shirt back. Does that mean that I'm only going to get charged on the $15? that 3%. So I don't know. So if I know, Tanya, you said you were using Chipley. If you're still here, let me know, how does that 3% fee work? Now, this is another one. If you're spending, if you're bringing in $10,000 in revenue from this at 3%, that's $300. So now you're right there with the Inksoft and the Printavo. If you're doing more than that, you're spending more than that. So, you got to think, if you have if you're doing $30,000 a month on something like this, you're spending you're spending $600, $900. So, if it's 300 at 10, it's 600 at 20, it's 900 at there. So you're way above the Printavo and the Inksoft on it. And I don't know how the back end as far as website buildings are with it. As far as features, because here's pricing on it. Let's check out the features and see what store build. Go to that. We thought of everything as a company created by a team dealer. So that's what they are, right? They're a team dealer. Move that out of my way. Everything you think of as a company is created by a team. Enhanced auto image placement. So, you're able to put things pretty standard, right? Where, oh yeah, right here. They've already got it set. So when you add it in here, where do you want to add it in? And it just automatically puts their left chest front. So that's pretty sweet on that. Color curated templates. So our most popular features to date, save time by bringing color selected templates. Offer the most popular products from each brand without entering a single queue. Now that's pretty legit right there. If we have a team that's, hello, maroon and white, bring in that maroon. Other ones, red and gold, bring that in. So it does sound like that is pretty sweet there. Multiple logos on one product, so you are able to choose. It looks like you have some customization there that you're able to do. Having same multiple logos on that shirt. Live inventory. So this is where I think it is pretty sweet at. Chipley make professional decisions based on hourly updated inventory for most popular vendors and daily updated inventory for all our integrated vendors. Only offer size and colors in stock. Avoid back orders by letting Chipley turn on and off product colors and sizes based on an updated inventory. So what does this mean? Oh, this is where this could be pretty sweet at. Right now, we know that inventory is still a pain, right? So if we have a color selection of a shirt selection, from youth small to adult, 6X, whatever, we have that listed in here. Depending on the inventory, most popular vendors, it's updated hourly. Other ones, it's uploaded daily. But you can put them in here, and then if that color goes out of stock, it won't let them buy it. Let me repeat that. If a color goes out of stock, it won't let them buy it. So you don't have to worry about looking for a replacement. They just won't let them buy it. They'll make them choose something else because it's out of stock. So that's a pretty sweet thing. When you look at the cost of Chipley at being $1,000, and I know that there's a discount out there that you can get it for a lot less. You can get it. That's a pretty legit thing. Let's see. Dean says, I have Designer and Inksoft, also not a big sales, also not, man, I'm going to have to move this screen so I can see behind it. Here we go. I have Designer and Inksoft, also not a big sales for me. I like it lets you have multiple pages in a store. I do like that. So everything's not cluttered on one page. So in a store, I will do hats, shirts, outwear, gear, all on different pages. I like that. So it looks a lot cleaner that way. Becky, what did I miss? Easily accomplished on Inksoft in multiple different ways. I love to hear that. Sarah. Sarah's going to be my little Inksoft guru on it. And I keep wanting to say, oh my God, Order My Gear can give you a coupon code for individuals or a code for percentage off so you can build the employer. Yep, and that's what I do in Equid, is either the coupon code or the percentage off on it. That's what it is. Berghart's, right? Berghart's. That's who's the madness behind this. So that live inventory, I mean, right there, that seems pretty legit to me for a reason on to have something and not have it. Let's see. What do we have in here for collect orders with so many ways to collect? So custom promo codes, they can put in promo codes. That's pretty standard. Payment e-certificate allows you to offer credits for customers to use towards their checkout. Perfect for corporate stores. There we go. so they can apply that to put that in there. Custom packages group a selection of products together in a package to ensure customers purchase everything they need for perfect uniforms or required items. Where does this come in handy? So when we've done stuff and we're like, hey, you need to pick out your pants, you need to pick out your socks, you need to pick out your top, and you need to pick out your hat. What hat size with this? We can create that custom package so they have to go in there and do it. So Chipley, man, Chipley is right up there, is looking where it could be. Now, if these things can also be accomplished in, an Inksoft or a Printavo, Sarah, I'm looking at you. Dean, I'm looking at you. Then this might be a way to go. The big thing is that inventory. That just is really legit to me. Organization, contact, login. So give the contact limited access to their stores. Here they can see their sales. So right there, Becky, like you were looking for, same thing. Fundraising tracker. So, hey, what are we trying to raise? That's perfect for it. Countdown clock. Pretty sweet. Inksoft. Does Inksoft offer either one of these? Fundraising tracker or countdown clock? For those that have it, let me know if that's in there for it. Live store landing page. The dynamic page only shows live stores and automatically removes any stores that close, so you don't have to. I do dig that because sometimes closing stores is a pain, man. Really, really pain. All right, what else do we have up here? Process. Once the store is closed, take it to the finish line using our tools to help with every step of your store. So automatic work orders, easy to read, auto-generated work order, organize your products based on decorating being done to them. Nice. Then organizes the product by vendor and style to make for simple ordering. Ooh. Hand the sheet to your production team, doubles instructions for decorations. Chipley, my friend, I'm loving you. I'm loving on this because right here, based on the decorations being done, because we know we have stuff that has embroidery, we know stuff that has transfers, we know stuff that might be done a different way, laser, whatever. So I really like how that works on there. Name and number options. Easily see which products are getting name and numbers. Ooh, also exported as a CSV file. No more typing in for Todd. I like that. Sorting sales sheets. It's a sort number, quantity 15s. Separate all products ordered from the store into organized piles by product. Easily see which products belong in a pile. I like that. Packing slips. Use those in conjunction to make bagging boxes easy enough so for anyone to do. Hey, Sarah, I know we had a discussion a few weeks back about a customer not saying stuff was there. Can you print out packing slips with Inksoft and then put it in there with it too? Check off that it's in there, and that way they can see it. I don't know, just an option for it. Not an option. Yes, there. So Brian rolling in here with his comments. Thank you very much, Brian, as you feed the flames on this. No individual sizing on packages in Inksoft, it's at least not easily. So that's kind of be a pain. But it's not something that I currently have, so that makes it there. And yes on the countdown, yes on the fundraiser. Okay, so yes on both of those. Good to know on that. And yes, we print packing slip. Okay, so yeah, Inksoft does a lot of it, but it's there. So let's see, what else do we packing slips? Then there we are down at the bottom on that one. And integration. What do they have for integrated vendors? Ooh, so see, they integrate with all of these vendors. Integrated partners, Paid, Printavo, ShipStation, ShopWorks, Store Manager, ZipTax. So they do integrate with some stuff there. So there's some good stuff. There's some good features that are in there with it. I think, I said for us in our business and where it's going, I'm on the fence. I really am. I love the stalls one for $600 a year. It seems to me that $600 isn't a horrible expense, especially if you have it for a year. It's something that I can definitely try out and see what we can work with it. But looking at the overall picture of it, I think the Chipley is looking really nice. But once again, did we get into what pricing was on it? It was $1,000 and then 3% on product, the decorated, and I wasn't sure how that all played out. And then also their processing on their credit cards, I think it was 2.9% at 30 cents. So I think you have to use their credit card processor, which I'm not the biggest fan of that. And once again, you run into that same thing. Well, if you're doing $10,000 or more a month at 3%, you are right in the realm of the Inksoft and Printavo. So that's something to think about. While it may be good if you do $20,000 in sales through your Chipley account and they take 3%, that's $600. So if it's right along the same as your Printavo and your Inksoft, if we're going to compare it to Inksoft at $400, that's what, $12,000 in sales. What is that? 12,000 times 0.03. My math is all kinds of crazy. That's 360. So 13,000 times 0.03. So roughly 13,500. That's $405. So if you're doing more than $13,500 a month in spirit sales, team sales, anything like that, that percentage is now at $405, which is more than what Inksoft will cost you at $400 a month. So you really have to weigh with that. Yeah. And how long will they integrate with Printavo as Inktavo blends together? That's another great question. How long will what will happen then? So I think there's a lot of options out there for you to look at. Like I said, the ones that we covered, you can find all of the links to them down in the description of the YouTube video. You have Equid, which you can get started for free. You have Shopify, which was $29 a month. And then you start getting into, Printavo was $299 a month, Inksoft $399 a month, Stall Spirit Sale $599 for the year, Chipley $1,000 onboarding with 3% of sales. And what else? Order My Gear, $18.99, setup 3.95% of the customer cart total. So there's some pricey options out there. So you need to figure out what's best for you and your business and the stage it's in. Some of these may not be for you. That's why I included Equid. That's what we started with for free, and it has done us really, really well. We upgraded as we needed to. These other ones, we're looking at what can we have to do to get in there. Inksoft is really making sense to me, but that whole being bought out, are they going to merge or not merge? I understand a lot of people got really frustrated when they just woke up one morning and said, "Hey, we're doubling the price of what it is," and it's worth it. But when you're used to paying half of that, it can be a blow for it. But the product is there; it works out really well. Like you said, Printavo, the online store is an addition to their software. In addition to their software, it keeps track of all the orders, scheduling, invoicing, CRM. So on Printavo, the online store is an addition to their software. Gotcha. Okay, got it. So, the best thing that you can do is just your research. There's other ones that are out there, lesser known ones, maybe ones that I completely have never heard of. Like team uniform orders. I completely forgot about them. So Becky said that, so it is. Cool. There's another one to go look at and do. That's the best thing that you can do. Go through all of these, find the ones that work for you, see, hey, is it going to do everything that I need it to? Probably not. Let's just be honest. I don't believe there to be a singular product on this page, Inksoft, Printavo, Equid, Stalls, Shopify, Chipley, Order My Gear, Team Uniform Orders, that is going to do 100% of everything you want it to. It's just not out there yet. So you find, does it do most of what you want to do? Is it cost effective for you? You're going to build this into your pricing. This is an expense. This is something that needs to be accounted for with every sale. Every portion of every sale should be paying for your overhead, and this is something that's overhead. If you don't have a storefront, this is your storefront. So think of it that way. And when you look at the cost of these things, can they be cashy? Depends where you are in your business. Is $300 a month a lot to you? Is $500 a lot to you? On the other ones, if you're paying a percentage base, you're not really seeing that, right? But you need to build that into your pricing, because a 3% fee here, a 3% fee here, a fee here, a fee here. You see, no, your margins have shrunk because you've got feed to death because you weren't paying attention to making sure that you're pricing your products correctly. So just make sure you're doing that to make sure that those fees are covered. So when you look at, okay, I pay the one-time fee of $1,000 and it's 3%, I'm not going to miss that, right? Because it's just I just have it built in my pricing for it. If there's not anything with it, the ink softs and the printavos, your $3.99, $2.99, that's recurring. So every month you're paying that. Equid, that's the free. How do you recur free? But it's free every month. It could be $29, could be $39, $59, depending on what program you go with. So that's every month that's paid. Um, what else did I miss? Same thing with Shopify, where you can have that monthly fee that's coming out of it. And so that's just some things to take into account. $400 a month for Inksoft. What's that come out to per day? $10, $12 per day. Are your sales enough to cover that for you? What you want to be able to do is sell. So this is when people say, hey, do I need a software to run my sales? And I tell them, no. You can run it off Equid and you can do it that way. It just takes some work. All of these are going to save you time. And that is the biggest thing in our business that we can't get back is time. Time is our biggest expense. So if we're able to save time, one of these will help us out with it. Now, what I feel is you should be able to do one store a month and make sure that that one store a month covers whatever program you go with. On some of these other ones, hey, if you're going to spend $1,000, divide that by 12. What is my thing? Okay, I got to make sure the store covers that. So, you want to have on a stalls thing, you need to make sure that if it's $600, it's $50 a month. Okay, I need to make sure that I am profiting 50 on it to make sure that that's covered. If I don't have it built in, which you should have it built in. But this is what you're looking at. Hey, I'm going to have these expenses coming out. I need to make sure I'm setting money aside for it, just like my cable, just like my internet, just like my water, my garbage, all that other fun stuff that goes into running a business. With this, yeah, you just got to make sure it's covered. So with that, we did it a little long. Hey, we went over by 10 minutes. I try and keep these to an hour, but I think we rolled it all in there pretty well. I'd love to hear your feedback. So leave in the comments, what are you looking at using? What are you currently using? What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? Why are you wanting to change? So that way we can keep the conversation going. But also do that over in the group, over in our private Facebook group. Get over there and you can learn lots more of information about being a better business owner. You guys have an amazing night. This was great for me. We'll be back tomorrow morning for Morning Mindset. We do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments. If there's a great thumbs up. If it was bad, give me 2 thumbs down. I don't care. Hit the button twice. Works for me. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, wherever you are. We will see you tomorrow morning. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.